Hi, my name is Julia Taylor and I'm a second-year student studying construction, engineering, and management. Over the course of the summer of 2018, I completed a 12-week internship with Larson-Danielson as a project engineer. Larson-Danielson Construction was founded in 1908. The company office was located in Porte, Indiana, about a 45-minute drive from me. Larson-Danielson is one of the leading contractors in Northwest Indiana in medical, education, commercial, and municipal projects. The first project I was assigned to was at Valparaiso High School. They were building a new natatorium next to the existing field house. The project had recently begun when I started my internship and was expected to be completed in the summer of 2019. Some of my responsibilities for this project included completing daily logs and taking daily progress photos. The second project I was involved with was also at Valparaiso High School. Renovations were being done to the existing building, including the classrooms, the cafeteria, the media center, etc. This project had been going on for about 3 years when I started and was expected to be completed around the fall of 2018. The first 3 weeks of my internship were spent in the office. I was not assigned to the renovations project initially. This project was added in the 6th week of my internship. The natatorium addition project had just begun, and there was not much activity happening. While I was in the office, I completed various small tasks assisting the project manager, Brian Larson. Some of my responsibilities while in the office were attending the monthly superintendent's meetings, quantity takeoffs, and submittal review. An example of a small task I completed while in the office was determining the appropriate equipment to reach the ceiling of the natatorium. Brian had decided that it was best to dig the pool before completing the ceiling work, so he provided a list of possible JLG boom lifts and scissor lifts that could be used. I had to figure out which one would be the best choice, being the least expensive but large enough to reach the ceiling. There were a few things to consider, one being if there was a machine small enough to fit around the edges of the pool, or if it would have to be driven into the pool by ramp. And if there was a machine that could fit on the edges, having a turning radius small enough to turn the corners in the natatorium. To complete this task, I made sketches of the dimensions of the natatorium from the horizontal view and the vertical view using the plans. I determined the best places to position the lift in the pool to where it could reach all areas of the ceiling. Then I determined the diagonal length the lift needed. My last 9 weeks were spent at the job site at Valpo High School, and some of the responsibilities I had while in the office were carried over. When I first started my internship, the natatorium addition project was just in the beginning phases. When I attended the first project meeting with Brian when I was still in the office, it was my first time being on the job site. Nothing was happening on site. Excavation had just begun, and the what used to be parking lot was just piles of asphalt. The project was only two-dimensional on a few hundred sheets of paper. As the weeks went on, I got to see footings being poured and walls being built. Even though the project was not completed by the end of my summer internship, it began to come to life, and it was much easier to picture the completed building in 3 dimensions. My greatest lesson learned over the 12 weeks is that communication is so important. Whether it be emailing my mentor to tell him that I've completed one of my tasks or confirming that the subcontractors will be on site as scheduled, it is crucial to communicate with your coworkers. I think my greatest triumph was being asked to come back the next summer. Before my internship, I had no experience in construction. I had never even stepped foot on a job site before, so picking CEM as my major was a huge step for me, and I wasn't sure if a career in construction was for me. Being offered a position for next year clearly showed me that I had impressed the employees of Larson-Danielson and made me feel as though I was an asset to the company. Overall, my experience with Larson-Danielson was a success. It confirmed that a career in the construction industry is something that I can envision in my future. It gave me skills that are important for this career, such as communication and time management. For example, my communication skills improved from speaking on the phone with subcontractors and completing daily logs. I also learned more about the construction process and how each project is carried out.